I would rather keep the finding chance to find magic item. They don't really do too much damage to me at the moment. So having like Belt of Thorns, it's not like super important. It's worse than what I have. This is kinda cool though. Logged off, and then when I come back on it's reset, so that's the same as with Diablo 2 as well. Wherever you logged off you need to do all the content over again. That's kind of part of the charm. This zone here I'm in right now is pretty much one of the biggest. I've been in at the moment. This is as far as I've played, so it's kind of, you have a lot of area here that you can go around in, instead of like moving from one point to the next point. If you wanted to, you could have just followed the road here, and you could have like reached. You see this arrow up here, cemetery. That's where I'm supposed to go. I could get there really quickly if I just followed the road, but that's just boring. That's not the fun with this game. The fun is to explore everything and kill absolutely every motherfucker. Ah, so annoying, there's so many class specific items. You find like these really nice items but you can't use them. Pretty annoying.
Amazing. Just sell them for real money.
I don't think they've opened up that system here, but I can sell it.
It would be kind of stupid.
I could probably. Oh, there. That would actually some latency like. I can sell it for something like 10 gold or something. Then I can buy something else. I have something like 2,300 gold right now. It's pretty nice to finally get a bloody code though. I've entered like, what, 10 different contests? And like giveaways and all that shit.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool to actually finally get something.
Yeah, I saw they were handing out quite a few keys. I saw 3 people on a forum had gotten keys now.
Oh, it's a boss here. I didn't notice. I don't really like these like blood things on the ground that gives you HP back. That kind of I mean, I haven't used a single potion in this game yet. Back in Diablo 2 you just spammed a lot of potions to keep yourself alive. But here it's like, oh, I just find some blood on the ground and then it heals me.
Oh yeah. How was this? Yeah, in Diablo 1 you didn't have... How was the region system in that game? I can't remember.
What, like zones?
No, in the other Diablo games, how was the region system?
Oh, the region. It was, if you were out of combat and you stood still for like 10 minutes, you'd get your HP back that way. But that was like really boring. So what you did was that you spammed healing potions. You had a belt.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
The better your belt was, the more potions you could carry, which was kind of cool. In this game, you just have like a inventory slot where you can stack potions. You see there, minor health potions.
Yeah, that's it.
And it was like you needed to have like a bunch of potions, and you needed to time it correctly. Like if you pressed your buttons a second too late, you wouldn't get healed and you'd die because the boss would hit you one extra time. So you had to be really fast to doing it. That's at least what I did. Though I didn't really grind too much in Diablo. I was kind of like, I did the dungeons like 4 times each, I think. And then I went to the next place, kind of. I didn't stay there for like 20 plus grinds, you know, just to find like that one item, which would be like really good. I mean, when I fought against like the major bosses, I kind of already had pretty good gear and stuff. It's just yeah, it was more like you needed to time your potions and work with what you had. Here it's like you just kill stuff and you get stuff.
This must be the blacksmith's apprentice. Adric should be told.
Yeah, that's kind of...
It's not game breaking. It's not like I'm so annoyed about it that it's like I'm still in the beginning and I have no idea how hard the game will start becoming after a while, and I can always turn up the difficulty level.
Yeah.
Since I'm getting to experience the game now before the release, so when the game comes out I'll probably use hard difficulty, so I can go through the same content again, but like in a harder setting, and then I'll like see how progressively how hard the game becomes. Because I'm not gonna prejudge anything in this game. It's very much nostalgia in the game too. There's a lot of like, you're in Tristram, which is like the first town. You went back in Tristram in Diablo 2. Oh cool. You have a lot of the same sound effects. You have a lot of the same voice actors. There's a lot of like, for people that enjoy Diablo and the old games, there's a lot of like nice stuff for us that like enjoyed the games in the past, which I appreciate.
Yeah, it's really good. They try to make you remember that you're in the same world and not just ignore all the old games.
It's kind of like part of the same series.
Yeah.
You see, right now I've been walking around in the same area for kind of long time now.
Yeah.
And it's like there's tons of bosses, tons of stuff to kill. When I get a little bit further up, I'll get to the graveyard, and that's how far I got, and I never went inside. Like the whole... Yeah, this is how far I got.
Okay.
And I'm gonna see what happens when I go inside there. It's very nice to play a good hack and slash too, because it's like, it's not hotkey intensive. You have hotkeys for abilities, but it's like you can keybind a lot of stuff to your mouse, so you can play really relaxed, very casually, and not be like, yeah, you know. PvP is probably gonna be that's probably gonna be pretty insane in this game though, because you need to time shit out and use potions, and gear will be very important as well. But like just playing it now, it's very chill.
Yeah, I'm guessing. Well, at least. It will be a lot harder, so I don't think they... I'm guessing you're low level 2 now, so you don't really have all that amount of abilities, and...
I can show you.
It's not as hard.
Oops. Monster health bars. Yeah, I keep that enabled. Okay, so S is for skills. I can show you the different things here. So you have like primary abilities, which is like bash and cleave right now. I can get like frenzy after a while. Now I have a skill rune which I can use, which will help my cleave ability, so we can use that. So you put it on your skill, kind of, so you see that. Rolling Thunder is another one I have, which I can use. I don't know if I'm be allowed to use both though. I can check that out. I may have, yeah. Ground Stomp. That sounds like a cool ability. And that turns up in your hotkey, because you can only use, at the moment, at least I think like 2. I can probably hotkey it so I can use all my buttons on my mouse for a lot of abilities though, I think.
Yeah.
I turned off the tutorial system too, because that was just so annoying. It was like, this is a monster. You can go kill it if you want to. You don't have to, but you have to kill him if you want to do anything in this game. So that
and
was,
of course the pacifists are going, I want to complete the game without killing. Okay. Because you could do that in World of Warcraft. You could just go around picking flowers.
Yeah, you actually could, couldn't you?
A legitimate way to level, right? Not exactly power leveling, but I think it was. I think there's some asshole who did it. I'm fairly sure. Give us a challenge to level without killing anything.
This is where I'm supposed to go, in those gates.
Oh.
I wonder if they randomize the entrances for caves and stuff. They did that in Diablo 2, and I don't think I found the old where I was, because There is supposed to be one dungeon in this place. This forest zone here. So I'm gonna see if I can find it. That was kinda cool in Diablo because they randomized how the zones looked to a certain degree. Like every time you reloaded, it was a different angle and a different map, kind of, to what you were used to. Only like slightly. Like it wasn't like you didn't recognize anything, but it was you had to go in a different direction almost compared to what you did.
Yeah.
Which was...
I didn't play it enough to notice almost anything, so...
Oh. There's a lot of fog.
Aliens.
Aliens. I found this really creepy place. It was a mass grave which I could go into.
Oh.
Like it was like, okay, this game is full of undead zombies and monsters and skeletons. You can go into a mass grave which is filled with corpses, and let's just see what happens. Like,
That
yeah.
sounds like a fun thing.
Sounds like a smart thing
I'm
to do.
carrying too much.
Carrying too much.
This time on adventures of the not so bright hero. It's a mass grave. I'm going in there. It's gonna be jolly good fun.
My pack is full.
I may actually have to go back to the town to sell stuff.
I know they were talking about Blizzard
I
lowering
can't
the
pick up
value of
anything else.
items pretty much.
What,
So
lowering?
you wouldn't pick up everything. Yeah, you're not supposed to pick up everything.
Of course you are. It's Diablo. You always pick up everything.
Yeah.
You use...
No,
what you do is you basically find as much as you can. When you get full, you use scroll of town portal, and then you go back, and then you find absolutely everything again, and then you go back, and you sell everything. It's like the best like stereotypic parody of Diablo would be like a barbarian carrying like a wagon full of junk, and like, I want to sell this, I need money. I'm going to defeat Diablo and I need to get everything I can. So please, take it. You like sell it for like...
everything. Give me money.
You sell it for like copper pieces and you get a little bit, but everything helps. I mean, the game is all about grinding dungeons, getting the best gear. Like finding the cool gear, which is like really rare. And becoming more powerful and defeating the end bosses. That's what the game is all about. And it's kind of like they kind of perfected the genre. I mean, this is the first real hack and slash. Like the first Diablo 2
Hey, look, I'm happy to sell you.
was like the first really good games in that regard.
Okay?
And
No, it just ripped off Hand of God. That's what happens in my mind.
every other game has kind of like followed the same path, which has gone over for like hack and slash. So
yeah.
It's so annoying in this game. You can't use bows as a barbarian. You could do that in Diablo 2, but you can't do it here. It's a little bit annoying. I mean, you pretty much sucked. You pretty much sucked when you used the bow. But like still, it was kind of like an option. Here it's like you
could.
It's like here you just can't. It's like, no, it just won't work. Which is kind of a little annoying, kind of, you know, they're just limiting you.
Yeah, no, you should be able to equip gear and suck ass. the game shouldn't stop you from being bad. You should actually.
It's kind of,
If
it's
you
not,
really want
it's
to
not
stop
really
it, you should
about
be able to
like,
do it.
it's not really about the whole thing about just having the argument where it's like, well, you could equip it, but you'd really suck at it, and like, we just took it out just because of that, and now we're just gonna specialize you. It's more like, it's cooler to actually try to use an item and find out that it may not be as good as using like 2 axes, but at least you're experimenting, right? And that's the fun part.
Blacksmith. Your
Yeah,
apprentice.
you're at least trying something.
Hope for the worst and you will not be disappointed. Thank you for the news.
It's really down to the game holding your hand when it comes to
You
this,
said that
because
your grandsire was
it
keenly
shouldn't
ordered
stop
to
you from
transfer
being bad.
Tony.
You should be able to
Not much to
do
tell.
the mistakes
I lived
yourself
with
and
my
realize
father.
after half an hour of dying, like,
We heard that
oh
my
yeah,
grandfather
I
stayed
shouldn't
in
be using a
Tristram
bow.
until the end.
No.
That's
Tried to
probably
save
not
lives.
optimal.
Don't know if
Mm.
he succeeded, but there it is. When the Skeleton King fell, my grandfather was dying from
Or they could even let you equip it, but it will pop up a message like, you do realize you're gonna suck ass with this, right? You don't want to do this, come on!
I've dug up. I worked my hands to the bone to bring you these fine goods.
That was a good one. Attack speed.
Attack speed.
There we go. It's like you can buy armor which has 3, like chest armor with 3 in armor. It's like, yeah, it's so overpowered.
Yeah, really.
It's all about getting good weapons. I wonder if the stuff in the damned cellar has respawned.
In the damned cellar.
You see, it's kind of, it's very nice design they have.
Yeah. The aesthetics are really good in this game. I really like it. And I'm guessing the graphics and everything will be better in the final product. It's just beta is beta.
Oh, this place is not respawning things. That's kind of okay though, because this was like a... you went in here and you did a really quick quest so that you could open the gates here to get outside, so...
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's kind of in the middle of town too, so...
Mm.
I mean, it's just a small place.
Now let's find that dungeon I was looking for. I really hope that it's here though. Like if they don't have it there, that would be kind of weird. Because it was like... It was 2 dungeons here. It was like a cave, and then there was a mass grave. So if like neither of them are here, like, do they really make like that
Everything
randomized?
randomizes, that would be kinda weird.
That would kind of be almost a
Also
little bit
kinda
too much.
awesome.
It would kind of almost be a little too random.
Yeah.
Because in Diablo 2 you always had the same dungeon, would be in the same zone, but it could be in a different place. Like, that wasn't an issue, but the whole thing about it being like you can't even expect to find the certain dungeon in that certain zone because we just wanted to move it. That sounds a bit like, because right now I can't find it.
Yeah, but it could be anywhere, so who knows?
Maybe it's over here. No, that's the defiled
Of course, it is
crypt.
beta, so
That is the defiled crypt. I haven't been there, I've just seen it. I have not been in that crypt. This is as far as I've gotten in the game, so everything after this is new for me.
okay.
Let's bring up the map. Actually is no dungeon. That's interesting.
There is no dungeon. The dungeon is a lie.
I'm gonna write that down and I'm gonna check it out afterwards.
You never know.
It
It is
could-
beta, so
it could
might
be-
just have been placed.
It could have been, since I have cleared out both already, that they've just taken it out, but they never did that in Diablo 2. Then it was like you could just farm the same dungeons over and over. Mass murder crypt. And den. It was a den cave level 1, and then it was level 2 when you got past it. Oh, nice. There's a lot of stuff to kill.
Yay.
Oh, that was pretty annoying. I went all the way back. I could have just gone through the gate and I would have gotten to the waypoint. But then again, that's the charm about this game. I don't want to have shortcuts. This is like this is one of those games where you just wanna walk around. Back in the old Diablo games, I didn't really care that much about having to walk around so much, because I mean, there was no shortcuts in those games. You just had to survive.
Yeah.
Like, if you went through an entire dungeon filled with horrible creatures, you may have to go all the way back outside after you had gotten like 4 levels into the dungeon. You could have to walk all the way back out. So, I mean, it's time consuming, yeah, but then again, this isn't like a game for I mean, I just hope that they don't make it like so mainstream that like absolutely every person will want to play it, or well, can play it with the expectation of not having to put that much effort into it. And those nice bracers. One of the really cool things about this game too is that, like in the old games, you got a piece of armor and you equipped it, and it made you look slightly different. But you had very limited inventory. Like, your armor consisted of like your chest piece. You didn't have legs, you didn't have bracers, you didn't have shoulders. You had a necklace, you had 2 rings, you had belt, you had boots, you had gloves, and helmet, and 2 weapon slots. But now it's much more. You can get a whole different set of items now, and not just have like an armor piece, which basically will make you look totally different. But there's only certain looks. There's like, I can remember there was like a max of 8, 9, 10 different armor looks, I think, in the game in total, in the old Diablo 2 game, and even less in the game before Diablo 1. Whereas now it's much more randomized. Like, you can get a totally different look. It's like WoW in that regard, that you can get different belts, legs, chest piece, bracers, gloves, shoulders, headpiece, boots, and 2 weapons, which will make you look very different from others in that regard, which is kind of cool. I like that. That's taking away one of the simplistic things and giving you a lot more items, and it also makes loot a lot more
sellable.
No, it's like you have a bigger loot pool. Like you can get like many more items now than you could earlier, which is
really
nice. Which is very nice. You get more loot, which is what the game is all about. The game is about getting nice loot.
Yeah. It's easier to get a good progression too, because you feel, oh, I got a new helmet, not, I got an entirely new armor piece. Is that now you get that feeling of progression every time you get something. Like, oh, new gloves, new helmet, new chest piece, and so on. So not really, it seems the right way to go.
I think that was Deckard Cain talking in like a lore journal thing. You can check out a lot of, you can say your quest and you can see a lot of different things which have been put in. Saber. Starting to get new types of weapons now. Now it's not just swords, axes and stuff, you're getting a lot of different kinds of items, like different types of swords, different types of axes, like in different styles, which is cool.
Kind of boring with just a few times.
Yeah.
What is that random music in the background?
It's my bro listening to stuff.
Oh, okay. You should tell him from me that he has terrible music.
We're gonna test the new ability. It's pretty cool. Stunned everything.
Oh. That's cool.
Oh, this is like, check the map. It's like, I haven't explored there, I haven't explored there. This is bad. This is giving me like nostalgia back to the old games, because you always want to find everything, but you don't want to end up having gone all the way and then have to go all the way back, but you still do it because you want to kill everything.
But you always end up with this, okay, what is the right way to go now? That's right, I will go left, because I want to explore everything. I'm gonna go the wrong way. Then you, of course, take left and it's, oh, damn, this is the right way. Fuck! And then you have to go back.
Yeah, the best thing is when you do it exactly right, so that you explore everything, and then you get to the next level.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm ever gonna get a companion in this game, unless it becomes like 9 possible. after a while. I want the game to be. I want the game to be hard and difficult.
Yeah, it should be.
That's when it's fun.
You should be able to do it yourself, in my opinion.
Well, it was a very big bonus in Diablo 2 when you found when you could get a new companion, because they could really help you on boss fights. But
yeah,
I mean, I don't want to do it unless I really have to, though.
Of course they are. They will probably mainstream the game so much that you won't get it.
Well, hopefully mainstream will be different than playing it on hard difficulty, if that's the case.
Oh yeah.
So you can just up it a little bit.
But aren't they going to release this on a console? Is that,
They will, yeah, they will. I just don't. It doesn't feel like a console port right now, so.
Oh, of course not. I'm guessing they will port it the other way.
I mean, this here is like the reaction times are very nice with using a mouse. You use 2 buttons which have an ability. You have 4 keys which you use to use special abilities. So I mean,
yeah.
it's just like the old hack and slash games. There's nothing. there's no drawback right now that I can see, which is like hampering me from playing the way I want to play.
I can't really understand how you're supposed to play this on a console.
Moving around will be very weird. Like you use like an analog stick on a PlayStation controller.
Yeah, moving the. You have to remove the mouse cursor pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you move around with the analog stick and just push one button to just hit straight in front of you, and you have to turn. Or
I don't know.
I'm
really.
betting Diablo is not the first of these kinds of games for console, so I mean, I
don't really. I don't care that much about it, because I mean, I'm not gonna play it on console myself. So.
I'm just curious because it is, if they do something to mainstream it for console and it affects the PC players, it will be bad. Really.
They should just make separate versions.
Yeah. It's like they updated now, like, yeah, we removed the mouse cursor. Good luck, have fun.
Is this what? There are like 3 different defiled crypts, and this one has a 2nd level to it. So I have to go through like 3 different crypts.
I am on the right path. The crown must
Okay.
be near.
That seems nice.
Did I go into the right crypt? Or does all the crypts end up the same way?
Maybe they're just generic crypts.
A mouse over everything to find out what's right and what's not right to kill.
I do feel they kind of removed the old, whenever you kill something, the loot just goes exploding everywhere.
Ah! Get away! That guy looked nasty. I don't have ranged attacks.
What in
God's
name is that thing? That looks like a hybrid crab thing. Didn't look that hard though.
could have been harder.
The unburied are formed from human corpses that were flung into mass graves without a
I'm
proper
betting he
burial.
wasn't.
This
Or was he a
hideous
proper boss,
amalgamation
or was
of
it
bodies
just
decomposes together
random
into
hard
one
mob?
being, bound by some foul magic. For all my knowledge, I could only flee from it, and I would expect any other sensible person to do the same.
I guess I'm not sensible. He was a boss because he had like he was an epic mob. He had like purple naming and stuff, so he wasn't like a
Oh.
he wasn't like a what you'd call an end tier boss, because he's not like the last boss before the end of that certain part, but he was like a mini boss at least.
Yeah, okay.
Ooh, cool. Probably can't use it though since it's an eagle orb.
I'm wondering how my voice is on stream.
Probably as loud as mine is, or along those lines.
Not enough fury.
Slightly low. So I'm afraid like last time I was just awfully loud.
Fury.
Pretty nice effects in this game.
Yeah, I really like it.
More fury.
Yeah, I was kind of skeptical towards it, but the way it looks now, I will probably be picking it up.
Yeah, it's a nice. Oh, that's a crown. I almost don't want to pick it up because I'm pretty sure if I do, like everything's gonna aggro me in this dungeon.
Yeah, of course.
It's like everything's gonna go ape shit.
Just ask yourself, what would Indiana Jones do? He would pick it up, and you know it.
Just gotta make sure I explore everything first. Okay.
No, I will not allow you to bring that monk Corleoric back to this world.
I need fury.
That was almost anticlimactic.
He is a boss though.
Yeah, but he seems to be dying fairly hard.
Not enough fury.
That didn't go so bad.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
I grow in power.
Oh, cool. Town portal. Really? It's actually you just use it. You don't have a scroll. Really?
Okay.
I mean, that's okay. Based on like, I mean, you always had enough scrolls so that you could just use it, and it's not taking up inventory space. So I mean, I
Yeah.
guess it's okay. It's just like it takes away some work, that's all.
Yeah, but I'm guessing they will try and mainstream it at least a little. After all,
It's not like it's not
they're gonna hand you everything for free.
it's
just
not it's
cutting the time a little.
it's not like it doesn't destroy anything. It's not like it doesn't break anything.
No, I'm guessing no one will be like, no, I'm not buying the game because of this. No,
More fury.
nothing happened. The game is bad. Gear explosions, loot everywhere. This is the Diablo I remember.
So many of these epic guys. Oh, nice.
Picking off.
Okay, I have something that has 3 in armor. I can get 90 in armor. Cool.
Yay!
And now I look a bit different too. Oh, nice.
Did your character get affected by what gear you had in the first Diablo games?
Yes, but only slightly. I talked about that when you were AFK.
Oh.
There were like 8, 9, 10 max armor looks which you could have. And they were based upon an armor set. Like if you put on one armor piece, it would just be like you put on your torso and it would affect everything else. You didn't have shoulder or legs or anything. You didn't have bracers. You just had like the torso, and you put that on and you look different. And if you put on a new type, you'd look slightly different. But that was kind of it. The boots and gloves and the helmet didn't affect it, kind of. That much.
Yeah.
It was just like, you know, very, very simplistic in that regard. But it was like, it wasn't an issue. Like, you didn't really care that much about that. It is kind of a little bit more important nowadays, though, that you can look a bit unique with the gear you get. I mean, it was good for the time. You didn't complain back then, but now it's a bit different. It's you should have a bit more varied.
Yeah, I think people really are expecting a lot more from games now. Now you really have the potential of giving you more loot.
Yeah.
And people have really gotten used to that over the... I can't remember when exactly.
Isn't it when EverQuest came out, Guild Wars 1, and World of Warcraft? 2003, 2004?
Yeah, I'm thinking Arcanum had more, if I remember correctly. You've just played it, so you should know.
Yeah, somewhat.
So I'm not sure exactly, but I think people will like the game with more varied gear and like it's now. I think I said that I wasn't completely AFK because I remember saying that it does give better progression as you upgrade your gear little by little instead of just here's a completely new set for you. Well, at least from what I see, they haven't really mainstreamed the game too much. It's not playing itself, to put it that way.
That was a nice fight.
I can't pick up anything else.
Yeah.
Um, let's test this town portal now.
Is there a cooldown on that, or it's just
No,
use it whenever you
it's
want?
not cool now. Not now, at least.
Yeah, okay.
Might be in the future.
I've got some. I worked my hands to the bone
Yeah.
to bring you these fine goods.
But still, it's really not a problem either, because why would you use it again now when you're in town?
Yeah, true.
It's more of a saving you a little time at least. I'll be right back. I gotta get more tea.
Alright.
You found the crown. Truth be told, I didn't think you'd make it back alive. Ah, it needs repair. Should be no problem. It's good to work again. There. New as the day it was placed upon the Black King's head. I need something more than making spades to occupy my mind. I want my life to mean something.
Then follow me and hone your skills. There is deadly work to be done, and I will need your arms. What are you doing here? Your wife's body is barely cold.
I buried her, and now there's work to be done.
There is no weakness in mourning, blacksmith. When I was a pup, a cowardly warrior of Westmarch shot my father from safety within Bastion's keep. I held my grief inside as I pulled myself up the keep's wall and screamed at the cur as I choked the life from him. Those who make themselves hard make themselves brittle. You are no good to be broken.
I don't want to talk about my wife. Dead is dead, and gone is gone. Do you want work done or not?
Hmm. Oh, cool. Not bad.
My dearest Heydrich, do not feel despair, my love. You did everything you could. Our time together meant more than words can say. But in the end, fate is a cruel mistress. Your strength is needed to end the horrors that beset this world. My final wish is that you find your path. Love always. Mira.
Leoric's crown has been reforged.
At last. With it, you can unlock the sealed door in the room where you rescued me and enter the royal crypts. When you find the Skeleton King, place the crown atop his head and destroy him.
I will crush him and find the fallen star.
I don't know about these stones. You find them at the end of every dungeon, and you can use them to auto-teleport to the outside. It's like mixed feelings towards them. It's practical in a way, since you can just get out really quick, but at the same time, if you've gone all the way through like a let's say 4 to 5 level long dungeon in Diablo 2, I think, yeah, it used to be like a pathway or like that teleport thing. This one here used to be in that dungeon, at least the main dungeons, so that you could go back there and teleport back to the hometown. I guess this is kind of just a way to make it so that they can make the other dungeons a bit more, like they can make them larger, and then you can just auto teleport outside as if you were using one of these, but you'd only get back outside the dungeon though. You wouldn't get back to town. I mean, it's just a case of not like just thinking that the majority don't want to have to waste their time having to go all the way back through the dungeon they already cleared. I mean, I can get that, but I mean, at the same time, I wouldn't have raged if they didn't have these stones in there. I mean, it would have been fine for me if I just walked back through it. It's just, in my opinion, it gives more immersion, so that you actually, yeah, you don't get any shortcuts. You have to fight your way through it, kind of. It's one of the fun things about Diablo. It was kind of like unforgiving at times, which was a part of, yeah, it was like something you appreciated. It was like unlike other games in that regard. Like, if you did things right, you would get rewarded and you would find the game more easy, but if you screwed around and you didn't do things properly, then you could really get punished at one point.
And I've returned.
Hello. I think I still want to keep the better chance to find magic items, weapon, belt. Getting regen back isn't an issue. Did the in-game sound effects all of a sudden go low on your end?
I don't know, I'll check.
I didn't change any audio settings, but it seems to be slightly lower.
Yeah, I can't hear any in-game sound on the stream.
Give me a moment. I'll fix that. Right, audio mixer. Yeah, it's Steam which did that.
Of course, Steam has this awesome tendency to just mute everything whenever it feels like it.
At random times it can.
Oh, now I'm hearing in-game sound.
That's good. I think I'm at least gonna go through the game one more time as Wizard once I manage to get to the Skeleton King.
Yeah.
Because I want to test, those are the classes I'm most looking forward to when the game releases.
Yeah, okay, how many classes will there be in the
5.
released version?
It's gonna be
Not too bad.
Barbarian, Demon Hunter, Monk, witch doctor, and wizard.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be varied enough. They seem to be very different as well in how they go about like combat abilities and such. Demon Hunter seems really cool, but I don't know. I mean, I've never really been that person who enjoyed playing as a ranged character all the time. It like I just feel like I would at some point just get fed up with not being able to use like decent swords and melee weapons, and just have to use a crossbow all the time. That would it doesn't appeal to me. I feel like I either need to have like some really powerful magic items and like be able to crush things with like balls of lightning and fire and stuff, or I need to be like basically a barbarian who just like destroys everything.
Yeah, there's one guy asking how do you get a beta?
I got it through an email. I was lucky. I entered like 10 different contests, and I like went on Facebook, went on Twitter, and joined a lot of like giveaways, and I've been signed up with 2 accounts from Battle.net, both European and American, for like getting included in betas from Blizzard, and I just got one. So it's like you have to be lucky, of course, but yeah, as long as you just increase your chances, you can get lucky. They also have been speculating if the game is being released in April, and I mean we are in March, so that would only be a month away from now, and that would be really cool. At least they're going to have a press conference about it in the near future, as far as I am aware. So like they'll release details about possibly when they want to release games, and what the future holds for like the Blizzard franchise and such. So yeah. I'm pretty sure the game will end once I reach the Skeleton King and defeat him. I'm fairly sure about that, if I remember correctly from what others have said previously about the beta. But
It ends with the Skeleton King?
yeah, once I finish the quest I have now, I won't be able to progress anymore into the game.
Yeah, okay.
But I mean, I don't want to play the entire game before it comes out. So
No, that would be kinda... yeah.
I mean, I'll gladly play this part over again. That's no problem for me.
Of course, if you just spend a month until the game comes out just playing this part, it will probably suck majorly in the final game too. It's like, oh, this part.
I don't think it would for me. I would just steamroll it really quickly, and I'd even up the difficulty to hard and just go through it. And then I would just be like really happy once I got to the next part. Wouldn't be that big of an issue for me. I don't think it would for any like die-hard Diablo fans. I don't think it would be much of an issue.
Oh yeah. Not for me. I'm not a die-hard fan, to put it that
What do you
way.
think's gonna happen if I press that jar of souls? This is a pretty big room.
Oh, no, nothing. Nothing at all. Seems perfectly legit.
It's a jar of souls, so I'm probably gonna release like tons of souls. That makes sense.
Yeah. I always want these big rooms where I'm sure when you push it, all of these gates will lock.
Yeah, probably.
Some such will happen.
Did I explore that? Apologize if I haven't clicked the jar yet, but I am one of those people who want to explore everything. I've always done that in Diablo. Like, every single square of the map, every single possible place.
Yay, stream interruption. Lovely.
I'm back now, don't worry. It's just my brother asking me some things.
Always.
And then there's one more room.
More fury.
Pretty funny that the first dungeon I went into was the one that had the crown in it.
Yeah. Lucky. And now it's time to open the jar.
Survive the skeletons. Okay.
Look at it, there's a lot of bones around it. It seems very legit.
Oh, that's funny. They
Oh,
just
no. Poor
they just reanimate.
skeletons. Oh, this is gonna be good. Yeah. Yeah, get all of those achievements.
That was actually kind of cool. That you could actually,
Yeah, much better.
if you put up the difficulty, it'll probably prolong the time as well.
Yeah.
From like 1 minute to 2 minutes or something. That would be cool. I always get these. Oh right, I have a helmet. Monster kill grants 4 extra. Yay. The atmosphere in the game is pretty cool. I actually feel like you're in a dungeon when you go inside one. It's very nice.
Yeah.
It's a very nice atmosphere about the whole thing, like Cathedral Garden. Let's see if there's anything up here. Can't go through there. This is probably where I'm supposed to go afterwards, but let's see if the game will let us. Because I'm pretty sure I have to kill the skeleton guy now.
Yeah. Kill all of those stumps.
It just flies off the screen.
That's pretty cool.
Tristram Cathedral, the fallen star.
Let's see if they upped the difficulty since last time I was in here.
It sure looks that way. All the mobs are already dead.
Nice.
Oh yes.
Hvis du väntar lite så...
The stream is coming along nicely.
Free dinner. Score.
Oh yeah.
Hey, do you want some spaghetti? Hell yeah, I want some spaghetti.
You bring it here, motherfucker.
This is pretty cool. When I did this quest for him, he became an artisan, and I can salvage things which have magic, like magic items. I can salvage them, and I can get materials, and I can make different items. That's pretty cool. That's something totally new that they put in the game.
Yeah, it's kinda cool.
Should put that there. Nice.
I don't know how to use that.
Let's see what we can make. Nice. Got a new 100. Oh cool. Fallen Tooth obtained from blacksmith to salvage rare weapons. Artisans through the ages relied on rare materials. Over time you're probably gonna need like epic gems and stuff to do really, really powerful weapons. Just make really, really powerful items.
Yeah. That's kind of, isn't this pretty much the best you can get?
At the point, yeah. Right now it pretty much is. And then I can sell the rest now. It would be cool if I could find recipes and stuff, and then I could bring them back to him. And then if he learned them, he could make new stuff.
Yeah.
You can sell these subtle essences too, so this is probably gonna be something that will be very expensive on the auction houses. Say you find a really powerful recipe, and you have to make this item which is really powerful. You're gonna need a ton of materials which you can buy from the auction house, but they're gonna be priced pretty high.
Yeah.
So now I look a little bit different with the new armor. Sword looks pretty cool. Oh nice, you can actually change the... So you can look close up.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Not enough fury.
Well, the ads are changing over time according to my level, because
Okay.
I'm using as much time to kill them as I used to. So, and I have like really powerful weapons. Yeah.
I'm not really sure how I feel about that.
It's no problem for me because it was like that. Well, it really, to a certain degree, it wasn't, because if you went back, you could just like one-shot enemies. But when you went to an extra difficulty after you'd done the game, after you had beaten Diablo or beaten Baal, and you restarted the game, then you would start at the beginning again with the same gear as you started, as you
had when you finished.
When you finished, yeah. So, I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with what they're doing.
It was Lazarus. Of that I am certain. He alone had the king's ear, and whispered dark and evil magics into it, instilling the notion of an imminent attack by Westmarch. Afraid to speak against the Archbishop, the councillors nodded their empty heads in agreement, and sent us off to die.
These journals are pretty cool. I'm going upwards. Don't know where it's gonna lead me though. The Oryx Passage.
Oh yes.
Some of these dungeons are pretty big. That's nice that you actually have to. You spend some time going through particular dungeons and not just like, like it felt in the beginning when you did the first quests, when it was like go from A to B, do this, do that, finish 4 quests, level up really quickly. It started to become gradually more like the feel of Diablo for me, Diablo 2-ish, which is nice.
Yeah.
And now it's time to go back and do the rest before we go down. Apologize to anyone watching who wants me to go straight into Leoric's Passage, but this is how I like to play the game, just clearing out every level stage by stage. I've waited so long to play this game, so trying to savor every moment of it.
More fury. Not enough fury. You cannot
Okay. Okay, I was sure it was gonna block you in so you couldn't go back.
That would be fun.
Yeah. Would have been a little more dramatic though. Did you ever think about changing your stream to playing Diablo 3 instead of StarCraft 2?
I think I did. It is, if you just refresh.
Oh, my fault then.
If you do refresh, then you'll find it.
Ah, yeah. Now it says the right thing. My fault then.
It would make sense.
Yeah, it really didn't make sense with StarCraft. I think they overdid the flying bodies effect a little.
Maybe.
All of those 3 guys went flying off the screen.
It's
Yeah, not like that.
It's probably only for specific bosses. No, specific mobs. Like it affects them because they're small and weak. Probably won't affect everything.
Should scale, so on your max levels pretty much you just look at things and they go flying.
You do that to Diablo. He just like flies up the screen.
Yeah.
The Lord of Terror approaches. Fosruda.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fun.
That's how they're gonna mainstream it. They're just gonna scrap the entire game and just take everything that works. Let's say they combine Skyrim and Call of Duty, and you get, I don't know, you get the crazy game. Of course, they could make Call of Diablo.
Call of Diablo.
After all, they're Activision Blizzard, so it's perfectly legit. Or maybe just Diablo Elite. That sounds fun, right? I'm wondering what decides how they're flying off the screen. For instance, that one guy who just comes straight into the camera, doing a barrel roll. Seems very random. I feel the only reason they've done the ragdoll effect is simply to show that the game is 3D. So when they're flying into your face,
maybe.
you're like, yeah, this is 3D.
Yeah, there should be like, when they release the game, you get like 3D glasses with you. Play now in 3D.
Not enough fury.
I really think they should do the 3D effect with loot too. So you see the swords and everything just come flipping up in your camera.
And then into your inventory.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It would be awesome when you finally take down the big bosses and they drop everything. Your screen is just gonna be cluttered.
Hmm. They still have that very dark, gothic music. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, and the aesthetics too really lends itself well to that setting.
No.
It seems dark and just...
I'm just gonna check if I cannot calibrate gamma here. Right. I only can do that when I'm in the menu, because I pretty much turned gamma very much down. I don't know if you can like, if it like looks totally different if you just like make everything really light, because then it may look a bit more less dark and stuff, but I just put it down a lot on mine.
Yeah, it does look good. Doesn't really look too dark either.
No, it's pretty much as good as you can get it, I think.
So I'm imagining if you take up the gamma, there will just be unicorns and fluffy bears all over the place. Really kid friendly. Epic animation opening door.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. The animations are very smooth.
Yeah.
I wonder how the mobs are gonna be here.
The mobs, aren't they supposed to be here now?
Like curious to what the difficulty will be
Oh yeah.
on bosses, on like mobs and mini bosses. Oh boy, there's another one of those guys.
Oh shit.
Passive slot.
You got owned pretty badly. Yeah, and his jaw comes off just rolling around on the floor. It's pretty nice.
Definitely that one. Ruthless. Leap attack. Oh there. Ah! I hate these bosses when they have like ranged attacks.
Yeah, bloody cowards. What thing? They have shields?
Yeah, they block my attacks, bastards.
Oh, that's just cowardly. Oh, they have a limited amount of blocks on their shield.
Maybe.
I thought perhaps you would
These
have to,
remind me of
yeah,
Blood
stand them
Knights.
and go round.
These Lich things, Tomb Guardians, they remind me of Blood Knights. Like really
Yeah.
OP bastards with ranged attacks. Can I use them? Yeah, I can. Javelins or one-handers? Can you throw them? Interesting. Javelins, before were like thrown weapons, so don't
Yeah,
know.
no, they're a missile launcher.
Dual wielding spears. Sounds pretty badass.
That sounds pretty epic.
Oh, he flew kind of far.
When we returned,
Yeah.
my beloved king lost all pretense of sanity. He seethed with
I
rage.
love the stream delay.
Upon us as traitors.
When you said he flew very far, that's pretty much 10 seconds before it comes up on stream.
Oh god, so many mobs.
You can never have enough.
Oh.
I really like this kind of progression, that you meet these guys as kind of a mini-boss in the beginning, and now they're just becoming more and more common.
Yeah. I like the fact that over time I meet like shitloads more of stuff and it's starting to get a bit more difficult.
Yeah.
It's a bit like Andariel. First time you get there, it's kind of much more difficult than earlier in the first place. The rogue encampment and so forth. Now, I'm getting the same kind of vibes from it. Like you progressively meet harder and harder mobs, and it just becomes more challenging. And it's not good when when it's like it's easy and then all of a sudden it's impossible. But it's like if you have like a steadily rising curve, then that's nice, so that you can kind of you get the feel of the game, and then it gets more and more challenging. That's kind of the best way you can do things, in my opinion.
Yeah. That's really why I enjoy it too when it comes to progression.
There's so much stuff, so many places to go, so many directions.
But that's a good thing.
Yeah. It's just you can't decide where to go first.
I can't pick up anything else.
Time to go to town portal. Let's see. Regenerates 2. So that's better than that one. I really like the artisan stuff. I'm a big fan of that already. It kind of replaces the Herodric cube, which was kind of like
Yeah.
a bit gimmicky, but yeah, it still worked, I guess.
Oh god, I hated that.
What I really didn't like in Diablo 1 and, well, especially 2, I didn't feel like it was too much of an issue in the first one, because, well, first one is really old compared to... It came out like 2 to 3 years before Diablo 2 anyways, so, but like the fact that you had to have so many things with you in your inventory, and like your inventory is basically the same as you have now in Diablo 3. It's this amount of size, and you had to have all these things which took up a reasonably big amount of space. So they only made things worse, kind of. But like if you can have all the things you need in a town, and you can just go back to that town and you have everything you need there, that's a good solution, I feel.
Yeah, it's really a good way to solve it. Making the game slightly more accessible without dumbing it down in any way.
Yeah.
I found some interesting things on my latest dig. You should take a look.
Let's check the other merchant.
I have some news. You've got to promise me you'll take good care of whatever I tell you.
I'll take good care of it. Don't worry.
God damn it, that music in the background. What the devil's name is that?
It's just my brother listening to stuff.
Yeah, but God, that's not music.
Jennifer Lopez and hip-hop music.
No, it's pop, it's not music. There's nothing musicy about it.
It's just mainstream. What everybody listens to.
Kids these days.
It's not just kids. There's a lot of older people too.
That's what I really like. He's older than us, and we're saying, you know, damn kids and their damn pop music these days. When I was young, we
listen to the same kind of music. Kind of
then
been
we grew
that
up
way.
and realized the 80s were kind of the good music period.
The 80s? Rock and roll and shit?
Yeah. 60s to 90s, best period.
I enjoy a lot of different music genres from different times, but yeah, I mean, music in general was maybe a little bit better in the past. Maybe it's, for some opinions, it's better now than it used to be.
Yeah, it all comes down to preferences. Again, no one really agrees. But I will say music has gotten worse. No matter what.
Everybody's entitled to an opinion.
No, everyone thinks they're entitled to opinion. They just don't realize that my opinion is right. That's the difference.
You starting to sound like a forum poster.
Wrong. They're not wrong. They're just not as right as they can. That's pretty much it.
Oh, that is a nice weapon.
I noticed you. What are those achievement thingies? Jumping out this massacre thing.
That is like combination kills, you know, killing 30 mobs at the same time without like having a break.
Yeah.
And that gives you extra, it gives you like XP bonus and stuff.
Yeah, so you got XP for it, so I'm wondering.
Yeah, it kind of encourages you to like do your best. Like the better you play, the more experience you get. It's not bad.
Yeah. I'm sure some maniac will try just get him over the top, shading pretty much every mob in the game in one combo. Just to have done it.
That will mean a lot of kiting.
Yeah. But you know it. There's one guy out there who is willing to do that. There's always that one guy.
That was one place. Now I have 2 more places and 3 more places that I need to go.
Yeah.
I think if I go in there, I'll get to like the next room, next level.
It was a fairly lengthy beta. It wasn't really like short demo-y.
It feels like a long demo with a lot of features which you get to check out.
Yeah.
So
It's kind of weird that they did it in calling it a beta, because it looks ready to just be called a demo and released for everyone.
it looks ready to be released, in my opinion. It's not. There's nothing I've seen which is like game breaking or in any way wrong so far.
But of course, releasing it is, you don't know the high level stuff, for instance.
Yeah, but that's probably what they're working on, like the last things.
I'm betting this beta as such is just, well, a little of the reason I guess is just to hype the game before release, and then to test the basics.
I mean, I'm even helping to hype it by streaming it, so they're just making the community involved in the whole thing.
Yeah, because when streams begin to pop up and everything, people begin to see, oh, the game is coming out soon. And it's pretty much free commercial.
Seems very well polished. I just hope that that the next parts, like the ones after, will become more just like it starts out really okay, and then it becomes more and more hard. Like it becomes really hard in the end, like a real challenge. Because I mean, it has to feel like some kind of accomplishment when you beat the game. And I mean, you can always adjust the difficulty levels later to make it even harder, so.
Yeah. But yeah, first playthrough on normal difficulty should be challenging towards the end, but not completely insane. But when you're really playing on hard, it should be, well, nigh impossible to complete. It should really take a lot of effort.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to be going up against a goddamn demon lord of terror. It's like, it doesn't sound like it should be easy. So.
Yeah, but then you remember Hand of God. You did defeat the biggest demon there, of course. He got stuck in a fucking pillar and you just kited him a little, spamming healing potions. So not every game does it right. But no, this is Blizzard making it so.
Yeah.
I don't doubt that they will do it good. They will probably nail it perfectly. At least they have managed that in every game they've made so far.
Yeah.
Of course, World of Warcraft you could discuss difficulty there being correct, but I'm also betting they have a lot of experience from it, testing new stuff and such.
The fuck? Treasure pygmy?
What is this?
That was interesting.
Some devious little goblins have been robbing our
What
merchants.
was that?
When pursued, they simply open portals and disappear with the most aggravating chuckle. The peasantry
Treasure
seem to believe that the
goblin,
goblins serve a great demon lord known as Greed. And furthermore, that their portals lead to Greed's domain. A ludicrous notion, truly.
Yes, very ludicrous. Oh nice, those were actually pretty nice. 5% extra chance to find items.
Oh, that's cool. But will there be a secret cow level?
Probably at some point.
It almost has to have one.
I will forever live in anguish for my last attempt to honor my king. As we lay him to rest in his burial chamber, he manifested as a hideous skeletal demon. Gorash and my other knights were overcome at once, but I fought on. I need fury.
There's one more her room now.
Yeah. But in the finished game, will they be having like a chat box
I don't know.
for playing with other people?
I tried to find if there was a chat functionality in the game. But I think it will only be available in multiplayer, because right now I think I'm just in single player mode.
Yeah, okay.
So, I mean, I can check the multiplayer afterwards. I believe they have a multiplayer part in the beta for like arena stuff. At least I think so. I can't confirm that. I can't confirm it. I haven't checked, but I'm 50% sure at least. Since they want people to, like check things out and see how the multiplayer is and all that.
Yeah.
You can see if there's a chat box there, and maybe you can join parties with people.
Yeah, because when looking at the UI, I can't really see where they would place it. If they will just
They would place it here.
go with the
Right here. Down here with this. This is where the chat would be if you were speaking with somebody you knew or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I put it in there.
And now I wander, cursed by my once beloved king. Evil gnaws at my bones, and I cannot risk putting my beloved Tristram in danger, should I fail to contain that which tears at me. I must venture down into the labyrinth, to die alone.
That's kind of what I'm afraid with the chat. It might clutter up the UI a little more than it needs to. Because the interface, such as It is now. Looks really good.
Yeah, but like
It's
having
open and
the extra chat here wouldn't do anything because it's already there displaying items that drops, items I craft,
yeah.
damage I do to mobs, damage I take, so it's not that much of a big deal.
I guess it shouldn't be too.
Maintain your incantation. Your magic is weakening.
Okay, what in God's name is going on here?
Back to my mission.
I wonder if he would have turned into like a demon if I hadn't been quick enough.
Who are you?
You will know soon enough.
We'll
Help me
never find
my
out
gear.
until the
I
next
will
playthrough.
reward you well. Tell me, what brought you to this infernal place?
I come to vanquish the Skeleton King.
As do I.
Spirit change.